Breakaway from Cancer is here to help you find your way. Whether you're newly diagnosed or you have finished your treatment, breakawayfromcancer.com has resources you can use all in one place.
When we adopted Roxy from the shelter, we adopted lots of messes too. And since Bissell's our family's business, carpet stains don't go over so well in my house. That's why we designed something to take care of spills and stains. It's our new Bissell Portable Spot Cleaner. It permanently removes new and old stains from deep inside the carpet. It's great on stairs and upholstery too. I love a clean carpet, almost as much as I love Roxy. The new Spot Clean from Bissell, home to a deeper clean.
Technology, it's pretty amazing because it saves things. Like your marriage, sanity, and time. Oh, and money. Technology saves lots of money. Take eSurance, for example. They were born online and built to save people money on car insurance. Yep, technology can do some amazing things, but it can't unhurt feelings. eSurance, insurance for the modern world. Now backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Change is uncomfortable. For those who strive to constantly improve, change is necessary. The new 2012 Proform Tour de France, the bike that changes training forever. Change altitude. With 20% incline, 20% decline, you'll be ready no matter what the road throws at you. Change perspective. Ride anywhere, even the Tour. Choose from 24 pre-mat courses or draw your own. The new 2012 Proform Tour de France. Call or go online today to get the newly advanced Proform TDF.
Yes, welcome back. Santa Rosa is closed down now for the grand finish of the Amgen Tour of California as they race into town. It's a town which has played a part of this event 7 of the 8 years. And in fact, a lot of the American-based professional teams come down here for their training camps because of the weather in the area of the north of California. So the peloton continues, 20 seconds. Here comes the catch now. They are flying down the carriageway here now. We are hitting speeds in excess of 50 kilometers an hour as we race towards the circuit. Timing it to perfection as they so often do, Paul, wiping them out before we get onto the circuit.
Peter Sagan there in the darker green jersey from Team Cannondale. He's won the sprint competition of the Amgen Tour of California, Phil, for the last 3 years. He was only 19 years of age when he first came to participate in this race. And at 23 years of age now, he seems like a seasoned campaigner, but he's got so much of his career ahead of him. Today, he would like to get the stage victory for 2 reasons, because he wants to win that that sprint competition for the 4th year in succession.
Well, the finishing circuit is largely wide roads, but there are plenty of turns on the circuit, yes, but they are good roads, good wide roads, as we gaze down on Santa Rosa now. So as they start to make their way into town and the finishing circuit, let's go once again to Inside the Race with Nissan and Steve Perino.
Phil, right now we're paralleling the peloton, and a little story just came in about Peter Sagan, as if he needs any more motivation, but he was told he has a very big fan in an 11-year-old kid from Ashland, Oregon. His name is Alex Shepard, recently diagnosed with very aggressive brain cancer. He said if he wins this one today, it goes out to Alex Shepard.
Well, we wish Alex all the very, very best as well, Steve, and that's a real inspiration for Sagan to succeed today. As he sits there safely, he's just off the front of the pace. He knows exactly where he wants to be. Positioning is all important at this stage as you approach the line. He got it a bit wrong into Santa Barbara, but he's had it right. This is the Visit California Sprint Competition. You see, there's only 1 point separating Sagan and Farah. So really, whoever gets ahead of the other in the finishing sprint will take away that jersey, and they don't necessarily have to win the stage. Well, he will not give up, will he, Duchenne? But here he is, they're right behind him now. Well, there's no stopping the youngster, Paul. He's going again, and they're right on the back wheel of him. We've now seen Jason McCartney go back into the field. This boy is going out with a bang.
Well, Antoine Duchenne is the lone leader now in the final stage of the Amgen Tour of California. Comes from Quebec in Canada. He's 21 years of age, and he's not showing any respect at all to the scary speed that will come in the main field over the final few. Oh, he's given up now.
He's obviously heard you commentating, Paul. He's waved to you, and he's now gone back into the bunch. Terrific ride from the 4th mile today until he gets to 6th mile from the finish. So he's been in the lead for 81 miles today. Massive lead. And now the peloton is all together.
Okay.
Yes, the big peloton is now 111 strong. There is Tyler Farrer. He knows now he's racing for the win again today. He's won 1 stage. Peter Sagan, he's in the green jersey up near the front. He's going for the win. He's also won 1 stage. We're going to be treated now to an extraordinary sprint in Santa Rosa. And there's a lot of riders here with the ability to spoil the party for those 2 I've just told you about. We'll see you in a moment.
If you're living with cancer, every day feels like this. Which way do you go? Do you continue the road you're on, or take an all-new path? Wherever you may be in your cancer journey, Breakaway from Cancer is here to help you find your way. Whether you're newly diagnosed or you have finished your treatment, breakawayfromcancer.com has resources you can use all in one place.
Sporting KC, Houston, a showdown of Eastern Conference elite, matching the league's most potent offense against the deadliest feat in Kansas City. All rise for Major League Soccer next Sunday at 3:30 on the NBC Sports Network.
Whoa.
Nobody insures more bikes than Progressive. Do you guys ride?
Well, no. Sometimes. Yes. Yeah.
Well, if you know anybody else who also rides, send them here. We got great coverage. It's not like bikers love their bikes more than life itself. I doubt anyone will even notice.
Leading the pack in motorcycle insurance. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
This is the computer ICU. It's what happens to your computer when it gets infected, slows down, and crashes. And if you don't do something, your computer could wind up here in the computer graveyard. But it could be saved with mycleanpc.com.
Is your computer running slow? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? Then go to mycleanpc.com for your free diagnosis today. Then just activate the mycleanpc.com software to fix it in minutes. And computer specialists are available while you're online.
The best thing about mycleanpc.com was it had a free diagnosis.
My computer is 100% faster.
You know immediately what the problem is, and the problem is solved right then and there.
Download your free diagnosis today at mycleanpc.com.
The 2013 Amgen Tour of California is brought to you by Amgen. Pioneering science delivers vital medicines. Visit us at amgen.com. By AEG, giving the world reason to cheer. By Amgen's Breakaway from Cancer. No one should have to face cancer alone. Go to breakawayfromcancer.com. And by Competitive Cyclist, your source for pro caliper bicycles, apparel and accessories. Fuel your passion at competitivecyclist.com. Yes, so the long journey from the south of this state, just above the Mexican borders. We've now arrived in the far north here with the whole field together. So as Cannondale get on with the job of keeping their man Sagan safe, let's go back inside the race with Nissan and Steve Perino.
Well, Phil, you may know this already better than I. Wanted what it was in previous days that Tyler Farrer lacked before he got his victory. I talked to Geert van Bont about how a lack of confidence keeps a guy like him from winning time and time again. He said the mistakes he's been making is that he never believes that he's in the right position, so he's working too hard to get in to the right spot to make the sprint fresh. He says he just needs a more monocular vision, and he's hoping that's exactly what Tyler Farrer got with his last victory 2 days ago.
Yes, Geert van Bont, he mentioned, is the team director of Tyler Farrer, and he's in the car just behind the peloton on Garmin Sharp. And sprinters do need confidence, and once they win, they seem to be able to win and win again, and this happens in big-time cycling. Well, we're in Santa Rosa. Today's Visit California stage point of interest is, of course, this great city. And did you know you can pay homage to the creator of the Peanuts cartoons in Santa Rosa? Unmask Snoopy at the Charles M. Schultz Museum and Research Center. Yes, he certainly was, Mr. Schultz, a very famous resident here in Santa Rosa. So as we continue underneath now, this is a situation now. They've brought the field together. And if you're watching cycling for the first time, well, now we will be continually talking about the lead-out train. Only one man has the speed to win the sprint on the team. In the Cannondale case, it is Peter Sagan. So all of his teammates are setting the pace. If you ride behind your teammates, you save 30% of your energy. And so that's what they're trying to do, while at the same time, Paul, keep him out of trouble.
Yeah, Peter Sagan's team is the team in the lime green jersey. The American of Tyler Farrar, he's a little bit further back in the pale blue jersey. The really important thing about understanding why there is a lead-out train, Phil, is because it's a little bit like NASCAR racing. What they want to do is you want to catapult out of the slipstream of the rider in front of you, and that's what they will try and do when they come into the last 500 meters with Peter Sagan. He'll have a teammate in front of him in an ideal situation, and he will shoot out of that slipstream and accelerate up to 45 miles an hour in the last 200 meters.
Well, they're about to pass through the finish line again. This time they will get a bell to complete the final circuit, and then it'll all be done. Now, there's no doubt now who's going to win this race. When you finish in the big group, you get the same time as everyone else. So there's nobody gained any time today on TJ Van Garderen. But there is a huge contest for the Visit California sprint competition. Only 1 point separates Tyler Farrar and Peter Sagan. So whoever finishes in front of the other today will win that competition.
What's amazing about professional cyclists, they make this look so easy, but to ride at the front in a line like that, like the riders in the lime green jerseys, is very difficult. Now, look at the team from Garmin Sharp. They've now taken over.
Well, I hope amongst the crowd you could hear the bell, but Optum's come to the front now because they have a good sprinter in Ken Hansen. And, you know, he came pretty close when we were coming into Santa Barbara. Now he's going to try again. But Garmin's holding at the front with 4 riders. Cannondale Sagan's team have got the rest of the places. It's getting a bit hot out there now.
No, it certainly is. It's a question of staying calm and keeping in control of the tempo at the front end of the pack like this. But still, even though Garmin have taken control, lying in the wings is the team in the lime green jerseys of Peter Sagan, the leader of the sprint competition. This is really a testing of the psychology, the battle of the psychology to show who's got the strongest lead-out train. For the moment, the Americans are taking the advantage.
Trying to keep them safe and sound as well. Tyler Farrar is the 3rd man in the line here, so he's not got too many riders in front of him. This is not a good sign. You need a few men because he's still got 3 kilometers to ride to the finish. And TJ Van Garderen is mixing it at the front as well, but it's really just to be safe, and he also might try to lead out his teammate too.
Well, he's got a very good sprinter on his squad, and that, of course, is Thor Hushoff, the former champion of the world. But you can see, I think, Phil, still waiting in the wings. I think Tyler Farrar is a little bit too close to the front here. He's got just in front of him Johan van Summeren, the big tall rider, but there's another rider from Garmin Sharp now coming up to rejoin that train. You've got to understand that in the slipstream behind, it is a battle for the wheel of either Tyler Farrar or, in fact, the wheel of Peter Sagan. We are now approaching speeds approximately 35 to 40 miles an hour. The final explosion to the line when the sprinters really open up the gas will be closer to 46, 47 miles an hour. I hope the police aren't out with the radars.
No, they're too busy watching the race today, and what a great job the California Highway Patrol have done all the way from Escondido to guide these riders safely to the finish here in Santa Rosa. Garmin Sharp have taken control when it just looked as though Sagan's Cannondale boys had it. Garmin Sharp's taken control at the front, and they're doing very, very well.
They're in the blue jerseys all over the front. They've got the first 4 positions. You can see Peter Sagan in the green jersey. He's moved up a little bit further forward as well. You've got the added emotion for the American squad. Garmin Sharp here racing on home ground for the moment. It's the final stage of the Amgen Tour of California, and Tyler Farrar, the sprinter who's already won a stage, is in a good position in third there, Phil, but I think still with 2.5 kilometers to go, it's a really difficult one, because if he runs out of power from his lead-out train, he'll be left at the front with too far to go.
Which is where he does not want to be, of course. He could do with 2 more riders in that lead-out train at the moment to give him a bit of a closer ride to the line, but he's got what he gets, and he's in third place at the moment as other riders are starting now to try and claim position. These are sweepers, these bends, and the riders are clipping the corners off and at the same time trying to move their sprinters towards the front.
Well, you can see the chaos of trying to stay at the front. These riders don't want to touch their brakes at a moment like this. You can see now all of a sudden the lime green jerseys of Cannondale are getting themselves organized.
Well, they're approaching the Kendo. 1 kilometer to go for the last time in the Amgen Tour of California this year, and Cannondale have just elbowed themselves to the front of the pace line.
Well, there's also Orica Green Edge now coming into the fold, because those are the riders in the white and green jerseys in the second row there as we start to get the acceleration. Now it's the Australian squad, Orica Green Edge, challenging the lime green jerseys of Cannondale as they start to look for the tunnel and go into the darkness.
This is it. They'll plunge into the tunnel, then they'll make it up towards the finish, but the hard left turn here in Cannondale. Orica Green Edge moving their men to the front. Michael Matthews is the man that they are hoping to lead to the line. Watch out for that dark green jersey of Peter Sagan. He is in a dangerous position now. He's under the tunnel.
He's into third position coming into the tunnel now. Where's he going to be on the way out? It looks like Michael Matthews is still looking to get himself led out.
It's Sagan, Hansen and Farrar as they're all poised to start the sprint. They're waiting for the last possible moment. Back into the sunlight now. And the sprint has started, and Peter Sagan has launched very early. He's gone on the left of our picture. He's being challenged, but he's too quick as Farrar tries and fails. Peter Sagan comes to the line. He gets the win. He's chosen a new victory salute, and he wins in Santa Rosa.
And let's not forget, in the yellow jersey, in that main field, in the same time as everybody else, is the American TJ Van Garderen, who will win the Amgen Tour of California. What a great show of performance here by Peter Sagan, though. He was a little bit confused on the last couple of kilometers. His team was overtaken. They took control once again, but this man is a showman. This is his 10th victory of the season so far.
Indeed, and it is also his 10th victory of the Amgen Tour of California in history, his second of the week. Perfectly run sprint by his team. They guided him, they kept him sheltered, and then they launched him. And there you can see it again now. He hit the front, he was challenged, but once he gets into his rhythm and if he leads early, he's just unpassable. As they all came at him, all too late. On the far left, Tyler Farrar running from far too deep down to reach Peter Sagan at the finish here. And he gets the victory, but let's not forget the overall winner is TJ Van Garderen, and BMC sponsors, by the way, are headquartered right here in Santa Rosa. Let's have a look then at our Coca-Cola stage results. Peter Sagan in just over 3 hours for 81 miles. You couldn't do that in a car. Daniel Scorn in second place for NetApp. Tyler Farrar got third on the camera. Gianni Meersman, we mentioned him, he's fourth. Ken Hansen faded just in the sprint and crossed the line fifth. The God of Thunder, Thor Hushovd, was sixth. Michael Matthews faded to seventh. And the top 10 completed by the champion of Ireland, Matt Branier. Here he is now being escorted down and applauding all the way. There's the beautiful bridge here, the Golden Bay Bridge. Now I'm hearing now that Bob Roller's got round the back and he's got the race winner with him, TJ Van Garderen. Over to you, Bob.
TJ Van Garderen, congratulations on your first big stage win. Take us through today's stage, first of all.
Well, it started out pretty routine. 3 guys got away and sprinters teams controlled, but then they're actually really hard to bring back. It seems like the sprinters teams were throwing everything to try to get them back, so it ended up not being such an easy day, but beautiful route, beautiful roads, and we got to take in the scenery a little bit and sit back and enjoy it.
It seems like throughout this week you have not put one foot in the wrong direction, and you get the fruits of your labors. Take us through some of the highlights of this week, if you could.
Oh yeah, the absolute highlight was the time trial, the stage win, everything. It seemed like just went perfect that day. And then yesterday at Mount Diablo, I mean, I was just such a team effort, and I was so proud of my boys controlling from kilometer 0 to 200 meters to go. I mean, it was a really special thing that we did yesterday.
It looks like you have been one of the top stage racers so far in the world, but how does it feel to finally get one into the books?
It's a big relief. It's a weight off my shoulders. I got the monkey off the back, and hopefully this gets the ball rolling, and I can start racking up a bit more.
You had a special addition to the podium yesterday. What was that like?
Oh, that was incredible. My daughter Rylan, she's actually here today. Maybe I'll try to sneak her on again.
Okay. You have the Tour de France coming up later this summer. Earlier in the season, you and Cadel Evans were ID'd as co-leaders. Do you think that will be the case a little bit later in the summer, in July, when we get to the Tour de France?
Yeah, Cadel's riding amazing in the Giro right now, so it's great for BMC to be riding so well on both continents. And you know, we come to the Tour with a 1-2 punch, and you know, we're going to need all the horsepower we can in order to beat Sky and Contador.
Well, best of luck in the Tour de France, but for the time being, congratulations on an incredible win at the Amgen Tour of California.
Thank you very much.
Yes, enjoy the moment, TJ, because you'll be called to duty for sure in the month of July with the Tour de France, of course. And he's right about his teammate, Cadel Evans, because he sits second overall in the Tour of Italy just at this moment. Let's have a look back then, first of all, at the Cliff Bar defining moment. It was the build-up for the sprint, wasn't it? And the boys from Cannondale, the team mates of Peter Sagan, got him in the right place. And when it came for a rush for the line, they knew their boss would do the job well. He catapulted out of that tunnel. Try as they might, scramble as they might, they could not get up alongside Peter Sagan. He wins his second week stage here in the Amgen Tour of California, and his 10th in history in the Amgen Tour of California. More than anybody else, of course. Bringing up TJ Van Garderen to the podium as we get our last glimpse here of the Golden Bay Bridge today. TJ comes up. He's transferred to his BMC team jersey because now he pulls on the race winner's yellow jersey. TJ Van Garderen wins the 8th running of this great. We've only ever had 2 non-Americans win this, and TJ is keeping it very much in the American family here again in Santa Rosa.
TJ is also being joined on stage by
big moment for him today, as Van Garderen knows that he'll shortly be going to the Tour de France, where he will try to improve on his overall finish there of 5th. There is Rylan. Well, he told us he'd try and smuggle her on board again, and he has. Joanna and Allison there, who've been our podium girls throughout. I'm finding TJ's been a regular visitor up here this week. Now handle Rylan with care. TJ, watch those steps. He's got at least 4 of those birds now. The first one, he said, was a present for Rylan. Well, now she's got 4. Let's have a look then at the final Cliff Bar overall standings this year's race. TJ wins after nearly 30 hours in the saddle. Michael Rogers, a minute 47 back. Acevedo, a leader, down to 3rd in the end at 3:26. Matthias Frank, teammate of TJ's, finishing 4th. Cameron Meyer of Australia in 5th place. Matthew Boucher of Radio Shack, he's finished in 6th place. Mancebo of Spain, but races here for 5 Hour Energy, is 7th. Lawson Craddock of Bontrager, he's the Crunchie's best young rider of this race, and that's an award that TJ once won, and look what happened to him.
with 10 stage wins for Cannondale Pro Cycling. This is Peter Sagan.
But wait for this. That's the crowd. They love this man. He's as popular as Jens Voigt, and when he sprints like that, what a great winner to have in Santa Rosa.
It's his 4th year at the Amgen Tour, and every year he's done something very special. But to win that on the final day, he had to win that, Phil, to win the sprint competition as well. He was being tailed by the American Tyler Farrar, and what an impressive sprint victory that was to the line.
Yes, indeed. Now, what's that he's been given? It's obviously a local brew. As he looks at the crowd here, Peter Sagan, his 10th win of the year, his 52nd of his career, and he's never been beaten in the points competition for the last 4 years.
That was a very confident sprinter, and his team took the reins of the race on the running down towards the finishing line by controlling it with around about 2 to 3 miles to go to the finish. He never panicked. He lost control a little bit at around about 1.5 miles to go, but then he moved his way through the middle of the pack to get himself right up there.
Now we're coming to the major jersey winners of this year's event.
Yep, Peter Sagan getting himself that victory, though. That was an amazing sprint. His team looked as if they were in complete control. They lost control, and he gained it back.
Well, let's just check in, first of all, on the Coca-Cola stage results. Final confirmation, and all of these finishes were sprinters all. Peter Sagan getting the stage win, and he's from Slovakia, by the way. Daniel Shawn getting second place, Tyler Farrar third, Jenny Meersman fourth, Ken Hansen sprinting very, very well this race in fifth place, and Sylvain Chavanel getting mixed up in the sprint, unusually so, in ninth place. This is a man who won his competition yesterday. All he had to do today was finish, and this is Carter Jones for Bissell. Went out on the attack on day one. He won the first climb of the race. And yesterday he won the first 2 climbs before he gave best to Mount Diablo, and that was enough to give him the points that would lead eventually to the Nissan King of the Mountains title. Another of America's young riders here who've got great futures. Now the polka dot winner then at the first attempt for Carter Jones there, and has ridden it very, very well indeed. Now, I think we can go back to Bob Roll now, because he's behind the stage with Tyler Farrar.
Tyler Farrar, just a little bit short today, but how has your week gone at the Amgen Tour of California this year?
Yeah, it wasn't quite what I hoped for today. You know, I wanted to try and grab another stage, but it's been a good week. I mean, a win, a second, a couple thirds. I can't complain too much, so I'm happy.
Are you pleased with the training that you did before the start of the Amgen Tour of California? A little bit different than in years past.
Yeah, I think it paid off. You know, I'm pretty pleased with how I was sprinting this week, so hopefully this is something I can continue to build on moving towards the Tour.
The stage win improve your morale looking to the Tour de France in just a few weeks' time now?
Yeah, wins are always good. You know, it's always nice to win. So we'll see. I have the Nationals next week, and then I'll go to the Tour Suisse. And like I say, I hope I can keep this trend going.
Well, best of luck for the rest of the season. Congratulations on your stage win and your week here at the Amgen Tour of California.
All right, thanks a lot.
He's the American Tyler Farrar, who's won stages of all of the 3 Grand Tours. 3 stages of the Tour of Spain, 2 of the Tour of Italy, and 1 in the Tour de France.